is just getting crazier and crazier by the week. Let's jump into week 10. Alright, and our Thursday night game is a divisional matchup between the Colts and the Titans. Both of these teams, they're fighting for first place in the division. For the Colts, they were able to stop Baltimore in the first half. They were able to stop the offense, but then in the second half, Baltimore got some points on them. And as for the Titans, they're coming off a win against the Bears, but the offense didn't play its best. I say the Titans win this on a late Derrick Henry touchdown. Another divisional matchup. Philadelphia's traveling to the Giants. The NFC East is the worst division right now in all football. Every single team in that division has a losing record. For Philadelphia, they're winning the division right now. And for the Giants, they're coming off a win against the Washington football team. And that's where they got their 2 wins, have come against Washington. I'm going to go with Philadelphia on this one. Jacksonville's traveling to Green Bay. For Jacksonville, they have not won a game since week 1. And for Green Bay, they're trying to hold on to their lead in the NFC North. I'm going to go with Green Bay on this one. Washington's traveling to Detroit. For Washington, they are down to their 3rd quarterback. Alex Smith has taken over the reins after Kyle Allen suffered a season-ending ankle injury against the Giants. And for Detroit, they're coming off a loss to Minnesota. They are 3-5. They need to get a win, and I say they get one against Washington. Houston's traveling to Cleveland. For Cleveland, they're coming off a bye, and Baker Mayfield was put on the COVID list. Now, the thought is he'll be able to come back in time for the game. And as for Houston, they have 2 wins right now. This is a team that needs to figure out what's going on with their future. I'm going to go with Cleveland on this one. They're fighting for a playoff spot. Tampa Bay's traveling to Carolina. This is another divisional matchup. Both these teams are coming off a loss. Tampa Bay suffered their worst loss of the season. They lost 38-3 against the Saints. You know they're going to be mad, and you know they're going to come ready to play. And for Carolina, they have been playing in close games, but they just can't finish. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay on this one. Chargers traveling to Miami. For the Chargers, they suffered a heartbreaking loss last week when they got a touchdown and then it got overturned. And as for Miami, Tua Tagovailoa is 2-0 as a starter. Make it 3-0. Miami wins. Denver's traveling to the Raiders. This is another divisional matchup. For Denver, they're struggling right now. They got to get something going on offense. And as for the Raiders, got a little lucky last week against the Chargers. I say they beat their division rival. Buffalo's traveling to Arizona. Arizona, they're coming off a tough loss against Miami. They were in it the whole game, just could not finish. And Buffalo, they're coming off an impressive win against Seattle, able to affect Russell Wilson, and the offense scored a lot of points on that Seattle defense. I'm going to go with Arizona on this one. I don't think they lose 2 straight. San Francisco's traveling to New Orleans. For San Francisco, they have suffered so many injuries. It's hard to keep track of who's been injured the entire season. That's how many injuries they have suffered. And for New Orleans, they're coming off probably their best game of the season, a 38-3 win against Tampa Bay. I'm going to go with New Orleans over the 49ers. Seattle's traveling to the Rams. This is another divisional matchup for the Rams. If Jared Goff is on fire, then the Rams have a chance, but if he struggles, the whole team's going to struggle. And as for Seattle, Russell Wilson is their guy, but the defense is just giving up so many yards, so many points. I'm going to go with Seattle on this one. I think Wilson does something late in the game that gets Seattle the win. Cincinnati's traveling to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is the only undefeated team remaining. They may be winning ugly, but they are winning games. And for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, each and every week, is getting better. Cincinnati has himself a quarterback. Now they got to build a team around him. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this one. Baltimore's traveling to New England. New England just got out of New York with a victory, able to beat the Jets. And for Baltimore, they got out of Indianapolis with a win. They had never won in Indianapolis until last week. I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one, but they've got to be careful. This has trap game written all over it. And finally, our Monday night game is Minnesota traveling to Chicago, our 6th divisional matchup. For Chicago, the defense has been terrific all season, but the offense is struggling. Nick Foles has got to get something going with this Bears offense. And for Minnesota, they actually have gotten a little bit better the past few weeks. I'm going to go with Chicago on this one, but this one could go either way depending on what happens in the game. Alright guys, those were my picks for Week 10, and I'll see you next time.